Good morning, dear children. In today's class, we are going to begin Act 3, Scene 1. And this scene takes place in Venice, in a street. And the main characters are Salerno, Shylock, and another Jew, Tubal. And when the scene opens, Salerno and Salanio are talking and coming. They are talking about Antonio's great loss. So they are spreading a news or rumor. One of Antonio's ship was wrecked there in an English channel. And they are discussing about the great loss of Antonio. Okay, let's see what's going to happen there in this scene. And Act 3, Scene 1, Venice, a street, enter Salanio and Salerno. Salanio is speaking to Salerno. Now, what news on the Rialto? Oh, my dear friend Salerno, have you got any information from marketplace? Salerno replies, why, yet it leaves there unchecked that Antonio hath a ship of rich lading wrecked on the narrow seas. And Salerno was very sad. He was very sad and he replies that I got a very important message or information from the marketplace. There is spreading a news or there is a rumor spreading which Antonio hath a ship of rich lading wrecked on the narrow seas. One of Antonio's ship was wrecked in the English Channel, which separates France and England. And he got one information or he got one message or news, or among the people, this news is spreading very fast. One of Antonio's ship was wrecked in the English Channel. The name of that area or the place, Goodwins. The name of that channel is Goodwins. I think they called the place as Goodwins. A very dangerous, flat and fatal, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried. And the sailors or the people, they could see that area is very fatal and flat. The channel, in the channel, there is a very fatal, means a very shallow place, a very shallow and dangerous area is there. There, the sailors have seen the broken parts of a very big ship or tall ship. The sailors have seen the broken parts of the ship. And which ship carries much things, means very costly items. So they got the message, they are spreading the message that ship is Antonio's. And he got this message from the marketplace. A very dangerous, flat and fatal, very dangerous and shallow place is there in the channel, Antonio's ship, the sailors have seen the broken parts of a big ship. And carcasses means a broken ship of many tall ship lie buried. As they said the message like, they gave the message like this. If my gossip report be an honest woman of her word, and the same message, the sailors they give the message to the people, and the people are spreading this message to everyone, this rumor among all the people. And I got this message, Salerno speaking to Salanio and saying that he got this message from an honest woman. That is, and report he got it from an honest woman. Salanio cannot accept this information or the news. And he is thinking the great loss of that kind-hearted person, Antonio, or a gentleman, Antonio. and he could not believe it. He cannot accept it. I would she were as lying a gossip in that as ever napped Ginger or made her neighbors believe she wept for the death of her third husband. And Salanio, he cannot agree or accept the message or the news. And he says that it's lying. She is lying. It's a lie. She is not an honest woman. Simply she is spreading the message. And about that woman, her neighbors are saying, after her third husband's death, she was biting or eating ginger for crying in front of the people. Or she was pretending in front of the people. And she was trying to make tears by eating the ginger. Such a woman can give an honest or information like this. So he cannot believe this. And I think she were as lying. I think that woman is lying. A gossip in that as ever napped. Napped means bitter ginger. Or made her neighbors believe she wept for death of a third husband. And she tries make believe her neighbors. She's very sad for her husband's death. Actually, she's pretending in front of the people. But it's true. He said like this, but this news is a true one. It's a fact. So he should believe it without any slips of prolixity or crossing the plain highway of talk. And we should believe it. I must believe it without listening the long speech of others, or without listening the rumors of others. It's a fact only. It's a right information only. See, without any long-winded sentences or going outside plain direct speech, without listening the people, those who are outside, without listening the speech of them, or no need to listen much talking of others. It's a right information. I should believe it. That the good Antonio, the honest Antonio, oh, that I had a title good enough to keep his name company. Oh my God, why God has given, or God is giving such a great disaster to Antonio, great loss to Antonio. And oh, that I had a title good enough to keep his name company. Oh, I wish I were good enough to be his companion. I wish to be there with Antonio to give him support, because he is in a very sad mood only. His condition is not at all good. So I wish I would be there. I will be there with him to give him support. And Salerno come the full stop. Salerno agrees with that. Salerno is also not able to accept the information or this great loss. So he asks him to stop enough. We can stop it. We can stop this talk. Salerno, what says thou? Why the end is he hath lost a sheep. Yes, we should stop it. But how can we remove, or how can we reject this news, or how can we avoid this message or this information or the great loss of Antonio? And he hath lost a ship, and he lost a ship which carries very costly things, great merchandise, and he lost it. It's unbelievable. And by the end he has lost a ship. Antonio lost one of his ships. Antonio lost his means Antonio is going to lose everything. Salerno, I would it might prove the end of his losses. And it's a prayer. As a prayer, Salerno is speaking. It's a prayer to God. I beg to God, I pray to God, it will be the last of his losses. It will be the last of Antonio's losses. Oh God, you will not give such things to Antonio, such struggle to Antonio. It will be the last of his losses. Salerno, let me say amen big times, lest the devil cross my prayer, for here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. Oh my God, let me say amen first. before crossing my prayer by a devil. A devil, don't allow a devil to cross my prayer. Before that, let me say Amen. Let the devil cross my prayer. So their prayer, they really wish this great loss will Antonio the last loss. Or Antonio, it will be the last loss of Antonius. So they pray to God the same. And let me say Amen soon. Betimes means soon, fast. Let the devil cross my prayer. Won't allow any devil or any evil things to cross the prayer. For here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. But here a devil is crossing our prayers and everything, or a devil comes in the form of a Jew. Who is the Jew? Shiloh. And they say that here a devil comes in the form of a cruel Jew, Shiloh. I think Salanio is seeing a person, or Shiloh is coming and enter Shiloh. How now Shiloh? What news among the merchants? And they are really teasing Shiloh's condition. Salanio and Salarino, they are very happy to see Shiloh's condition. So they are in a teasing mentality or mood only, and they are asking, hi Shiloh, how are you? What news among the merchants? What's up? What's the news there? Shiloh replies, you knew none so well as you of my daughter's flight. And Shiloh was very angry and said, you know very well, you know everything, you tell me, and none so well, better than anyone, you know everything, you know all the news, none so well as you of my daughter's flight. You know very well my daughter's elopement with the Lorenzo. So you know very well, you are simply teasing me. You are simply asking to me. So you please tell me. You know everything. Salarino, that's certain. I, for my part, knew the tailor that made the wings she flew without. It's exactly correct. Absolutely correct. I know everything. I know very well. For my part, what I know, knew the tailor that made the wings she flew without. What I know. And Jessica eloped, or she disguised as a page boy or a servant boy when she eloped with Lorenzo. So Salarino is teasing like that. I know the tailor who stitched Jessica's dress, Jessica's page boy's dress. I know that tailor very much. So Salarino is teasing or mocking Shiloh. When Shiloh said they know everything very well, then Salarino said, I know well who stitched the dress for Jessica for her elopement. Salarino. And Shiloh, for his own part, knew the bird was fledged, and then it is the complexion of them all to lead them down. And Shiloh, you know one thing, you know very well, when the young birds, when they are capable of, or they are able to fly themselves, they leave their mother birds and their own cages and flying somewhere. Similarly, your daughter is able to move away from here, or she is able to move from you. So she went away. And Salanio compares Jessica as a young bird. And Shiloh, for his part, knew that the young bird was fully fledged or ready to fly or able to fly, and this bird leaves its mother and its cage. Similarly, it's a natural process. Here it is, Jessica left her own house and her savior from there. And Shiloh, and to leave the dam means mother bird. When he hears this word damn, Shylock, she is damned for it. She is damned for it. She damned everything. She is a destruction. She is a doom, or she doomed everything. Because she had taken all the wealth, money, ornaments, jewels, everything from Shylock's house and eloped with Lorenzo. Because of that, Shylock is telling she is really a damned or doom or a destruction. Saladino, that's certain. If the devil may be her judge, exactly correct. That's correct. She will be damned for doing so. Why? Because that is certain. If she is judged by the devil and she is cared by, or she was cared by a devil, because of that she is behaving like that. Or that is certain if the devil may be her judge or her protector was really a devil. So she did so. Shylock, my own flesh and blood to rebel. My own flesh or my own blood to rebel. My own flesh and my own blood means my own child cheated me or against me, turned against me. My own child turns against me. Saladino, there is more difference between thy flesh and hers than between jet and ivory. More between your bloods than there is between red wine and Rhenish. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no? And Saladino again teasing Shylock, oh dear Shylock, you please understand. There is a much difference between you and your own child. And according to Saladino, Shylock and Jessica, there is a great and there is a much difference between these two. There is more difference between thy flesh, means thy flesh, your flesh and hers, you and your daughter, than between jet and ivory. Jet means coal or deep black, and ivory means pure white color. And teeth of the elephant, that very pure white color, isn't it? So that ivory, jet and ivory. Jet means black, ivory means white. So you and your daughter, there is a much difference between you and your daughter than ivory and jet. And also one more example, more between your bloods than there is between red wine and Rhenish wine. And flesh and blood. There is a great difference between your flesh and your daughter, means you and your daughter, and the blood means he is comparing the blood. There is much difference between your blood and your daughter's blood. It is than red wine and Rhenish wine. Red wine and Rhenish. Red wine means very cheap and very common. Rhenish wine means very costly and very rarely available. Okay, so he says that more between your bloods than there is between red wine and Rhenish. So you please don't think your daughter is like you. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no? After teasing, they wanted to know whether Shylock got the information of Antonio's loss. So they are asking, have you got any information that Antonio have had any loss at sea or not? Have you got any information about Antonio's ship? Whether his ship was wrecked there in the sea or not? And again, once again you listen children, there is more difference between your flesh and hers than there is between black and white. And more difference between your blood and hers than there is between cheap common wine and the best Rhine wine. But tell me, have you heard whether Antonio has lost a ship at sea or not? Shylock replies, there I have another bad match, a bankrupt, a prodigal, who dares curse show his head on the Rialto. a beggar that was used to come so smug upon the mud, let him look to his bone. He was wont to call me usurer. Let him look to his bone. He was wont to lend money for a Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bone. Hearing these words, Shylock was very happy. He is waiting for a revenge. He should take a revenge to Antonio. Anyhow, he wanted to remove Antonio from there. Then only he will have a successful business there. So he is waiting for that. So he is taking out the anger towards Antonio there. Okay. So we can wind up today's class, children. Tomorrow we will meet again. Okay. Thank you.